Morning to all of you. Welcome back to the Namaste Village experience. We're going to have an experience today. We're going to do something just a little bit different uh, because it is the experience, isn't it? That's the only thing we're here for. I'm sure you've all gotten to the point where you have done enough intellectual study or read enough books or whatever it might be to try and understand something that could never be understood intellectually, but can be directly experienced when we open ourselves to love. Just open ourselves to love. So, all of you in the back, you might want to come forward because I'm going to be showing a video and the sound is not so great from the TV and you won't be able to see it or hear it. So you're welcome to come closer for the video if you want. But let's go ahead and we're going to begin with a parable set to music, and then we will go from there. So enjoy this parable.
The Wine of the Beloved, a parable by James Francis Twyman. High in the Himalayan mountains, where the air shimmered with silence and the sky stretched endlessly beyond sight, there stood an ancient ashram carved into the stone. It was here that the mystic mother lived, and it was here that seekers from all walks of life came to hear the whispers of truth that flowed from her lips. One day, a young woman named Anaya climbed the long, winding path to Mother's ashram. Her heart had grown restless in the ordinary world. She had tasted something beyond it, something intoxicating, and now she could not go back. Yet voices of reason and responsibility pulled at her. Her family, her teachers, the world itself told her she was being foolish. You must balance your passion with practicality, they said. You cannot survive on devotion alone. Tears welled in her eyes as she sat before the mother, her hands trembling. Mother, I have tasted something too beautiful for words. My heart aches for it. But the world tells me to be reasonable, to quiet my longing, to be normal. I do not know what to do. Mother smiled, her gaze as steady as the mountains themselves. She gestured for Anaya to come close, and in her gentle voice she began to speak. The great Sufi poet Rumi once wrote, I swallowed some of the beloved sweet wine, and now I am ill. My body aches, my fever is high. They called in the doctor, and he said, drink this tea. Okay, time to drink this tea. Take these pills. Okay, time to take these pills. The doctor said, get rid of the sweet wine of his lips. Okay, time to get rid of the doctor. Mother's eyes twinkled as she leaned in. The wine upon his lips was the sweetness of the beloved's love moving through his life. Why would he want to be denied such sweetness? The doctor is the so-called worldly wisdom that calls us to integrate the passions that pull us away from the beloved's sweet wine. But the more wine we drink, the more drunk we become on love, and the last step becomes clear. Banish the doctor who tells us to stop drinking. Anaya's breath caught in her chest. She knew this feeling well, the taste of longing, the intoxication of love for something beyond this world. Mother took her hands, her voice both fierce and tender. My advice to you is this: never stop drinking the sweet nectar of the beloved's love. She paused and then added with a knowing smile, will you die if you keep to my words? Yes and no. The you claim must die so that the you that is claimed by God can live. Only the unreal dies, and it is only then that the real steps into the light to be seen by all the world. Anaya sat in silence, the words sinking into her soul like rain into parched earth. She had come seeking clarity, and now she saw. The voices that told her to be reasonable, to conform, to quiet the wild ache in her heart, they were the doctor, offering a cure for an illness that was not an illness at all. Slowly, she rose to her feet, no longer trembling. She bowed deeply before Mother, then turned and began the long journey back down the mountain, not to return to the world as she was before, but to walk it as one who had chosen to remain drunk on love. And so, the doctor was banished, and the real was born.
To live as one drunk on love. That sounds pretty good, doesn't it? Why would we want anything else? Why would we want some rational alternative that helps us to navigate more effectively through time and space and the world when we can instead be fully enveloped in that sacred, holy drunkenness? I promise you, by the way, that you'll still be able to do everything that you need to do, though you may find that you need to do less. You'll still be able to accomplish everything that is needed to be accomplished, though you may find that there's less to be accomplished. And that's exactly what happens when we give ourselves fully and wholly to the beloved. We realize that that is the only thing we need, the only thing there is to accomplish, is to banish the doctor and to be drunk on love. Now, there are lots of ways of doing that. Yesterday, when Dale and I shared, we talked about chanting, say, the name of God, whether it be with the breath. He talked about the word Yahweh as with the breath. Or chanting is a beautiful way. Whatever works for you, that's the most important, to find that. It's like a great bottle of wine, to find that bottle that stirs that place in you, that really resonates with you. It might be praying the rosary. It might be singing to Sanskrit chants. Whatever it is, give yourself to that holy. And then you'll realize just how holy you really are. And everything, everyone, every moment. So we're going to have another experience along that line. We're going to do a chant. You guys want to chant with me a little bit? Okay. This is one that you may have heard before. It's a chant that I recorded a number of years ago. The words are Ishq Allah, Mabud Allah, Allah Ya Jamil. So the first part, Ishq Allah, Mabud Allah, Allah Ya Jamil, Allah Ya Jamil, which means God is love, lover and beloved. God is beauty. Isn't that beautiful? So let me sing it once all the way through, and you're going to hear me in the recording, and then we're going to do this together. It goes like this. Ishq Allah, Mabud Allah, Ishq Allah, Mabud Allah, Ishq Allah, Mabud Allah, Allah Ya Jamil. Sing that with me. Ishq Allah, Mabud Allah, Ishq Allah, Mabud Allah, Ishq Allah, Mabud Allah, Allah Ya Jamil. Then there's another part that goes, God is love, lover and beloved. God is love, lover and beloved. God is love, lover and beloved. God is beauty. God is beauty. Isn't that beautiful? Do you already begin to feel the energy rising, the love beginning to stir? Well, we're going to add one more little bit if you want. You can do this if you want, or you can find some other movement, because you remember that yesterday Dale said that adding movement when we chant, whether it just be swaying back and forth or doing a sacred dance as we chant, it just adds to the impact of that beautiful chant. So the way I do it is like this. I go, Ishq Allah, Mabud Allah, Ishq Allah, Mabud Allah, Ishq Allah, Mabud Allah, Allah Ya Jamil. Very simple, right? And then on the God is love, God is beauty, I just sway back and forth like Ray Charles or something. All right? You want to try it? Sure. All right, let me go ahead and I'll bring it up. So really give yourself to this, just like Anaya in that story, in the parable. She experienced something that was wholly unlike anything she had ever known. And once you experience that, there's no going back. Once you taste the sweet wine of the beloved's lips, there's nothing else that will ever satisfy you. But you have to give yourself to it. It's not something, Ishq, Allah, Mabud. Don't do it here. In other words, do it here. Do it in your heart. Give yourself. Sing loud if you want. If you want to go in the back and dance as you do it, then dance. But allow the beloved to move through you and as you sing this and chant this. Okay? Here we go. Let me put it up on the screen. Okay. Here we go. God is love. God is love, lover and beloved. God is love, lover and beloved. God is love, lover and beloved. God is beauty. God is beauty. Ishq Allah Mabud Allah Allah Ya Jamil. God is love, lover and beloved. God is beauty. Let's just spend a few seconds just feeling that river moving and running through us, washing away everything that we no longer need or require. Only love, only God, only now. So take a deep breath and come back to the room. So we have someone who's going to come up, someone who you see just about every day, but you usually see her up there on the screen. Now you got her in 3D. So let's welcome our dear sister. Come on up here, Vicki.
Thank you, Brother James. Hi, everybody in Zoom land. Hi, everyone. Oh, my gosh. So, first I want to say, oh, thank you. This was most eminently practical. The drunken wine is what's practical. It takes us to the source, not dealing with appearances, effects, perception. It takes us, I say, everything is within. Our divinity, every source, every resource, everything we need to live and breathe in any dimension, in or out of time, is here. Masterfully done, Brother James. Because that's where we want to be. It's Christ alive time. The days of healing with endless processes and all kinds of rituals and this and that, it's time to live in the source of who we are. And this was a great experience of that. Whether we do it with a chant or we do it for a moment and we just turn our attention to here, to within, that experience of within, the love of who and what we are, and then open your eyes with wonder. Things may appear, things may disappear. The world around you may change overnight. This is the land of the twinkling of an eye. Let it be that way, because it is what's practical. This is about cause, not effect. This is about trusting it. And the way we do it is we have to trust our own little hearts. If we get a prompt, call this one, move here, go there, we must do it. Not only must we do it, we must support each other in doing it. Christ is not activated. Our divinity isn't here in time if we don't become the bringers of it. We are the bringers of our own holiness. That's when Jesus said, listen, you're here to save the world. No kidding. It's a big job. Not really, since none of what appears to be is quite what it seems to be. But when we go to the source within ourselves and we trust that source in one another and look only for that holy, innocent source, there is nothing our holiness cannot do, because this is the answer to every seeming problem out here. We're not at the effect of somebody else. We're at the effect of the love that we are. But we have to prove it to ourselves by trusting within. So if someone takes away your job, or someone takes away your arm, or someone takes away your country, or your village, oh, bless them. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. I don't know what I need. I got to go back to the groundwork of who and what I am. And then open my eyes and give generously of what I know, that we are loved and that we are blessed. And none of us depend on externals. We depend on love that is eternal. That's a practice. Not a practice, that's a way of life. And we're here. So welcome, everybody. We're here. One more thing. I'm going to give this to Scott to pass around.
Okay.
This is the love in action. Here's your little token.
Vicky always brings gifts.
Yeah,
I don't know if
I like
you remember
props.
this.
Props
She
is
likes
fun.
props, so she has little
Just
hearts.
pass the bag.
That he's going to pass
So,
around.
do not drive or operate heavy machinery.
So let's turn to Calico really quick. Calico, what would you like to share?
Oh, I'm getting back here. A lot of it. Okay. It's that eternal longing. I've been in that ever since yesterday's talk, of really seeing that the only thing I want, the only thing I desire is to be back in the space of my eternal love, who I am. And mind isn't even involved in it. It's an experience of staying in the eternal truth of who I am, you are, we are, and it's love. And so I must say, I heard you, Vicky, eternal love, and it's like, yep, that's where I've been ever since yesterday's talk, and it's quite divine. Thank you.
Yeah, it's nothing like it, right? Nothing like it. Not in this world. Because that eternal love and that experience pulls you out of your attachment to this world into a sense, and this is why we call it drunkenness or divine intoxication, because it doesn't hold you here. It lifts you above and takes you out into the heaven you never left except in your imagination. So Scott, we've got about 2 minutes left. Why don't you want to share something?
I have something to share.
Okay, so real quick, come on up, and you can
Maybe 3 minutes.
do it really quick. We're out of time right now.
All right. So, I've always loved the song "What Do You Get When You Fall in Love?" Didn't like the lyrics. Changed them yesterday. What do you get when you rise in love? You only get joy and satisfaction. Who needs the law of attraction? Never fall in love again. Instead, I will rise in love with you, my friend. What do you get when you rise in love? Occasional tears that fall for healing, which leads to more joy and oneness feelings. Never fall in love again. Instead, I rise in love with you, my friend. Don't worry about your fears and doubts. They're simply a part of being human. Out of your pain and sorrow, wisdom is born for tomorrow. What do you get when you rise in love? Something more thrilling than any romance. It feels like with God you learn to slow dance. Never fall in love again. 'Cause instead I'll rise in love with you, my friend.
Yay! All right. Rise in love. And to that we say, Amen, 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 y punto. Sending you all so much love. Thank you, Vicky, Calico, Scott. Thank you, everyone. We'll see you tomorrow. Namaste.
Namaste.